Assalamu alaikum. At 19 years old, I was making more money than my math teacher, my English teacher, and my 3 other teachers all combined. The crazy thing is my family thought what I was doing was haram because of how fast the money was coming in, but alhamdulillah, it was all halal. Actually, I did all of that while still going to class 8 hours a day, while having no capital to start, so I couldn't hire people to do stuff for me, and while not compromising my deen, alhamdulillah, which is the most important point. And I'm doing this video today because I'm tired of all the gurus lying and giving so much fluff about making money online. So by the end of the video, you know why people spend money, where to find people that spend a lot of money, and how to take money from people that spend a lot of money so that you can have a lot of money too. Now, if you want to make money online, the first thing you need to understand is why people spend money. And people spend money for 3 reasons. The first one is when they have a painful problem. Something is so painful that they want it to be fixed right now. Painful problems are actually the best ways of taking people's money, because when a problem is painful, people will just care about you fixing it. They don't care about how you're going to fix it. They don't care about when you're going to fix it. They don't care about anything. They just care about you fixing it. The other things are details, but the main thing they look for is, can you fix it? And to detect if a problem is painful enough, the first answer that people give you is yes. Whenever you offer them the solution to their painful problem, they don't start asking questions. They say yes, and then they ask questions. It's the best way of selling people. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Now, if you offer someone a solution and they don't say yes directly, it's a why not purchase. It's a conveniency. It's where people are like, yeah, if X, Y, and Z. And these ones are just based on the prices. Because you are a conveniency, the only thing they look for is for the cheapest price. Where you have actually most of the guys selling services online and that are not critical for businesses to survive. I'll talk about it in a second. But just so you know, this is the red zone that you want to absolutely avoid, because this is the biggest trap. Now, the last reason why people spend money is for status. It's when they answer yes, but only if it's this one. Because here with status purchases, they don't care about what the product does. They care about the feeling, how you make them look like, but it can only be done by the business once they have experience. They've done all the research. It's still big businesses that set up stuff for status. They make a set amount of money, but it's super hard to enter there. So it's good if you're rich, a big trap when you're broke and you're just beginning. Summary. If you're rich already, you can go ahead and do this. If not, you need to sell on pain. But no one should actually be here. You're not sticky. You're the first one to get fired when things messes up. You do not want to be here. Now that you understood that pain is the absolute best vehicle when it comes to selling, let me just stop you from making the worst mistake of your life, which is selling the process instead of selling the outcome. I see everyone make this mistake when they're trying to make money, is talk about how they're going to help people instead of saying what's going to happen when you help people. Just look at airlines. No airlines talk about how dry the food is, how small the seat inside the plane is going to be, the child behind you that's gonna kick your chair. They never talk about that. What they say is once you land in Dubai, it'll be 35 degrees, there'll be food from 50 different countries and all of that stuff. And they talk about the outcome. Even yourself, when you're purchasing it, you're not thinking about the process, you're thinking about what happens when you buy the thing. And that's the biggest mistake everyone does. I hear so many copywriters, so many video editors, so many service providers across the board talking about how they do stuff instead of what their stuff does for the client. And that is the worst mistake everyone does. You don't write emails. You help people make money through emails. You don't edit videos. You help people go viral by editing videos. And now lastly, people actually don't even look into the logistics when the problem is super painful. So you actually just need to not even talk about the logistic and just talk about the outcome. That will be enough for them to be convinced. That's where you want to be selling to people who are in pain. Now the question is, where do I find people that are in pain? Here is why I give you an exercise. It's called open your eyes. The simplest way to find people that are in pain is exactly like finding water in the desert. The best thing you can do is just sit down, wait for an animal to come and just follow him. So you're gonna sit down, wait for people to spend money and see where the money goes. And this is super, super important. I'm giving you a cheat code. I never heard anyone talk about it, is follow the expenses. And the first thing you can do yourself is open your bank app right now and track all the money you're spending and categorize it depending on, would you have bought it if it was 10 times the price? If yes, that is a pain problem. Would you have bought it if it was twice the price or half the price and you still say no or you regret buying it? That is a why not purchase. And the other one, would you have not bought it? Did you like the outcome that this thing gave you? Yes, then this is a status purchase. You want to stick to the painful ones and see everywhere that you spend money where you would have done it anyway. Now, if you don't have a lot of money and you still want to understand and see where people spend money, you want to look for people that have money and see where they're spending money. And to tell you who has money, it's not rich people, it's actually businesses, because people see everything they spend as an expense, where businesses see everything they spend as an investment. So they would be much more open to buying your services because that would help them make more money. So where to find people that have money. You look for businesses and you open your eyes on where they spend money. Now, what can you sell to them that would help them? Mainly is three things most of the time when it comes to businesses. They spend money to market to more people, spend money to sell more. That's where you optimize for more sales, you get closers, you get sales distance in. And the last one is when you help them deliver on the guys that is sold already. Deliver to more people or deliver a better service to their people so that later they can have easier marketing because they have case studies and they can make more sales because they have more proof and more trust when it comes to their product. Now, I know you clicked on this video because you want practical advices to make money. And I know you're gonna start asking me, but specifically, where do I search? So if you wanna start a local business, you can start looking on Google Maps. You just have to segment businesses in different categories based on what the business is. That would be, for example, selling to restaurants in New York. And now if you have over 100 businesses inside your segmentation, you need to create a sub-segment so that you can have around 50 to 100 people that you can target. And then you can learn to fix their problems and fix it for more people. And that's how you can create and scale a business. Now, if you want to do the same stuff online, I cannot give you a direct way of looking for people. You have to practice the exercise I gave you before, which is opening your eyes and looking for opportunities. Whenever you see an ad, someone creating content, e-com store, whenever anyone is selling anything online, there is money that is being made. So there is money that is being spent. Look for where they are spending money. And just like you segmented, you do the same thing online. So you're going to look for people selling courses. And now that may be a bit too broad. So you can look for Muslims selling courses. Just look online, open your eyes. And whenever you see anyone generating money, he's running a business and you can sell him something. And now a little pro tip, because here locally you can just go and drive to the people and pitch them live, which is what I advise you to do instead of just calling them online. You can't really drive to people's house. What you want to be doing is do cold outreaches. Reach out to them directly, sending them a message, whether that be an email, a DM, a LinkedIn message, whatever, just something to touch them on their pain point and where you can help them with and offer them your solution. The biggest mistake people do when they do cold outreach is that they think there is already a first language barrier because the guy doesn't know you. So if you say stuff, he's gonna interpret it in different ways. Whereas if you know someone already and it's a warm conversation, whatever you say, he's gonna understand it because he knows you. What you must do when you do cold outreach is send warm messages. What that means is you're gonna talk to them like you know them and like you understand them, because you should understand them if you're trying to sell them something. But the main thing is talking to them about their pains in a way that shows you understand their pain, because people buy when they feel understood. And if you send a cold DM, it's like a copy pasted message, you don't mention anything specific about them, there's no way the guy is buying from you anytime soon. So send warm DMs to cold prospects and you're gonna close some deals, inshallah. Now, how to take their money is just sales. And to do so, we're going to use a 3-step framework. When we're going to start by locating the pain, then we're going to evaluate the pain. And the last step is going to be making them an offer using what we found by locating the pain and evaluating the pain. So now you're looking online, you're browsing on Google Maps and you find something you kind of enjoy, you kind of think has money there, and you saw them spending money somewhere. What you want to be doing is start by segmenting the spending in different categories. Marketing, it's where you're trying to grab people to see me. It's just eyeballs. Sales is where those eyeballs, you're trying to convert them into money. And the last one is delivery, is you got guys seeing you, you got them their credit cards, but now deliver on what you promised them. Like we said, we're gonna try and locate the pain. So let's take a random business. All right, we're taking a restaurant. We're analyzing a restaurant and trying to locate some pain. There's money to be made in any kind of businesses. What I'm gonna show here is also applicable to an agency, guys selling a course, an actual physical business, to a gym, to every single thing. You just need to look for these 3 elements, see which one is lacking the most, and then help them fix it. So I'm going to look at marketing. Let's say the restaurant is running content. We're just taking some pictures of the food and posting some stories sometimes. Now, when it comes to the sales for the restaurant, to make them more sales or to make sure the guys that come in actually end up buying something, usually this one is fine, by the way, for restaurants. Otherwise, they would fix it already. Now, let's say on the delivery side of things, let's say they hired one of the best chefs in the area and they have pretty good reviews, which is about 4.6. It could be improved, but let's see which one is the best. Having a look at this, if you have no idea what you can improve on, just ask yourself, if I double one of them, which one would make the most sense? For example, on the delivery side of things, if I double the rating, I get it from 4.6 to 4.8 because they're just missing 0.4 to get to 5. I get it to 4.8, which would that be a crazy outcome? Not too sure. Even if I double the amount of reviews, not too sure that'll change a crazy thing. You don't really care about 4.6, 4.8. It's above 4.5, yeah, I'll buy it. Now, they already have good pictures for the sales and you can ask the guys inside, out of how many people that come in the restaurant, how many end up buying something. It's really rare that someone comes in a restaurant and just leaves and says, nah, I don't want to buy it, I got scared away. Because again, they would fix it. It's easy to see. What you want to help them with as a guy coming from the outside is the marketing side of things. So now that you realize that the department that needs the most help is the marketing department, you're gonna try and figure out what you can do to improve it and how much would that be worth to them. Usually what I like to do is run a free test or run a sample if you have no experience. So that would just be you trying out some stuff and just showing them, yeah, all right, let me just try and run some ads and let me try and get you 10 customers in. It's on me, it's free. Let me just try it out and see what happens. From the sample, you get the value added. So that gives you a clear idea of what you've done and how helpful it was. If they say, yeah, we got 10 guys from your flyers, they all bought something about, $30 for the meal, that's $300 worth of value added. Anything below that is what you could have charged to get them those results. Obviously, there's profit margin and everything that goes in there, but that's not what you should care about. We'll talk about it when we make the offer. But what you want to be doing again is evaluate the pain. So, all right, marketing is pretty painful and I have a direct correlation with how much you can make. Now, the sample gave me an idea. On average, I get $30 per customer that I get you in. I didn't struggle much to get you 10 guys, and then you start looking at what you can add with that value added. You did the sample, it made sense, it's cool, it works. What I want you to do now is find me a way to get 1,000 people in, because that will give you something worth 30 grand, because what that allows you to do is tie your offer to the outcome. So you see what that would look like, and then you can say, hey, we're gonna run a marketing campaign for you and make your 30 grand. And then when you ask your price, it makes sense because it's tied to this one. Then what you need to do if you wanna make a good offer that makes people feel stupid saying no to, you wanna follow the 3P framework. The first one is pain. Of course, you want to focus on the pain. So for the restaurant that is struggling with their marketing, we're going to squeeze on how bad their situation is. Imagine you stop getting marketing, you're just relying on Instagram, or your posts don't even look good. What are you going to do if you stop getting clients in the door? Also going to be paying the waiters, and they're also going to leave their job, and you're going to lose all of that money. See how painful that is? I just switched the offer and made it sound so painful, and the situation sounds so bad. They throw any amount of money. So now I mentioned the pain. That is what I'm going to be focusing on, is them losing money because they can't have good marketing. That's the pain. Now the second thing I'm going to focus on is the path to solving that pain. I'm going to help you solve this big pain by running ads, by putting flyers, by running your content on your behalf. And here is the only time you're a little bit allowed to talk about the process to make it a little bit more believable. Say a few things you're going to do and then focus on the third P, that is the most important one, which is proof. Everyone needs proof before buying anything. And for proof, there are two ways you can do it. If you're a beginner, you don't have any case studies, you need to give a guarantee. That could be the classical one, I get you X dream outcome, or you don't pay. That just makes them feel more comfortable, but that's still not enough for most cases, which is why most of the time you need to try and get your first client as soon as possible to get your first review, and then use case studies, because case studies are the easiest way to get more clients. You're just showing people, hey, you see this guy, he's just like you, and I helped him solve this problem. You have the exact same problem, and I just solved it for him. I can solve it for you too. That is insanely believable. And if you're a crack, you can do case studies plus guarantee. It's a 3-step framework. I'm gonna add the last one, which is last P, which is pricing. And what you want to have with your pricing is to have it also be a no-brainer. You want to be as far as possible from what you're making them. And a good one is a 10-to-1 ratio. So you just look at what you're going to make them and you divide this by 10, and that's how much you're going to charge. So for the previous guy, the marketing campaign, if you're making them 30 grand, you're just going to charge 3 grand. And then to scale, you just find similar guys that are just like him, that could lose money if they don't get clients, and you just go and you show them how you fixed it for this one, and you sell them the same thing. And then maybe you're gonna make 50 grand or 100 grand to the different business, and you can increase your prices and so on and so forth. Now, last pro tip, if you're really a hungry guy and you wanna charge more money, you have a way to have a 5-to-1, 3-to-1 ratio by doing your service in a better way and doing it faster. That sometimes allows you to charge more money because you can deliver to premium clients who value time more than money. But that's some extra stuff we'll talk about later on. What you need to understand here is that you want to make no-brainer offer to people by focusing on their pains, focusing on how you're going to solve them and what happens when you solve them, then showing proof that you can do it by either putting a guarantee on it or showing you've done it for people before, or doing both. And lastly, charging a fraction of the price to make it a no-brainer, and showing them again, you're understanding them by showing them, yeah, I understand, I'm going to make you 30 grand, but no one wants to pay 30 30 grand for marketing campaign. So I'm just gonna charge 3 grand and we're gonna have both a fair equation. Sounds good to you? Easy done.
All right, real quick, I just want to tell you something very important. Over the years, many of you have come to me and said, look, I want to make hijrah, I want to memorize Quran, I want to do all these things that please Allah, but I'm financially stuck. Abu Lahya, how can you help them?
Yeah, actually this Sunday at 7 p.m. I'm posting a masterclass that I spent over 50 hours preparing. Where I share exactly how I've done it, how they can do it too. There's over 2,000 Muslims that already use this method along Barak, and I'm sharing everything for completely free. It's at 7 p.m. UK time or 2 p.m. Eastern time, and it's live. Like literally, you can speak in the chat.
You can get the link below.
Yeah, they can click the link below,
Check
select the slots, and register your spot. It's very important that they show up live because it's a live training.